Hello everybody! Today we are going to see one of the okra recipe. Okra is also called as lady's finger in English speaking countries. It is called bendekai in Tamil, vendaka in Malayalam, bendeka in Telugu and bindi in Hindi. I know people don't like bindi because of the slimy nature. One way to avoid the slimy nature of okra is to get them few days before you plan to cook it. And let it sit on the counter, not in the refrigerator, but on the counter till the day you decide to cook it. In this way, it will dry out and most of the slimy nature will be gone. But if you prefer to use fresh on the day you bought, in this recipe, I am going to show you how to use it without getting that much slimy nature. If you or your family members don't like bindi, don't worry. After you try this recipe, you are definitely going to love it. This recipe goes very well with any breads like roti or naan. But it also tastes really well with rice. So let us start making the recipe. Take a pan. Once it is hot, add a tablespoon of oil. Okra is a vegetable which needs some extra help in cooking. So it is okay if you add some extra oil, because later in the cooking you are going to add some more oil to help it cook good. To check if the oil is hot or not, add 2 or 3 cumin seeds to the oil. If it starts spluttering, then the oil is hot. You can add extra cumin seeds. Here I am adding a teaspoon of cumin seeds, a teaspoon of kalonji. This is also called onion seeds. This helps in giving the okra sabji a good flavor and a taste. So don't miss it to add. Once they are sauteed well and start releasing aroma, add 1 big size onion sliced very thinly and 2 green chilies chopped. Here I am cooking for 4 people. So I added 1 big onion and I am going to use 2 pounds of bindi. But if you are using for 2 people, you can reduce the amount to half. You can use 1 small size onion and 1 pound of bindi. Mix them well. Add 2 teaspoons of turmeric powder. Turmeric powder needs to cook well in the oil. But don't add directly to the oil, it will burn the turmeric powder. So add to the onions instead. Add a teaspoon of salt. Salt helps in cooking the onion faster by helping it release the moisture. Saute them very well until the raw smell of turmeric goes away and the onion is translucent. Once the onions are translucent, add okra. This may seem a lot, but once it is cooked, it is going to reduce to a very little amount. A simple tip for cleaning bindi. Once you bought the okra from the shop, clean it very well in the water and drain the water. After that, spread them in a paper towel so it dries out completely. So there is no water on the skin. The next day, you can cut it into circles. But if you are using on the same day, wipe the bindi with a paper towel so there is no water on the surface. In this way, you can reduce at least little bit of the slimy nature of the bindi. Mix them very well. Cook this in high flame. Once bindi start reducing its amount, lower the flame to medium. After that, you have to cook bindi only in low to medium flame. And never cover bindi and cook. It will only increase the moisture and sliminess, which we are trying to reduce. Another important thing in cooking bindi is adding salt. This may seem a lot of bindi, but at the end it is going to reduce to a very little amount. So if you add a lot of salt at the beginning, it is going to be too saltier at the end. So add a very little salt and at the end we can do a taste check and add salt as needed. Once they are little bit cooked, add a teaspoon to 2 of oil. Cooking bhindi takes a long time, so be patient and cook till the bhindis are cooked well. Once it is half done, add a teaspoon of chili powder. Don't add too much because this is not a spicy dish, it is a mild recipe. Mix the chili powder and cook it well with the bhindi because chili powder needs to be cooked well, otherwise it will give the raw smell. Now once again add a teaspoon or 2 of oil to help it cook faster. It's been more than 20 minutes. Still the bhindi is cooking. Now this is the third time I am going to add another teaspoon of oil. Now if you see, the bhindi is starting to release some oil. This is the time I am going to add a teaspoon of amchur powder or dry mango powder. This is to give the sourness to the recipe. Mix it well. Now do a taste check and add salt as needed. I am again adding a teaspoon of oil. I know this is the fourth time, but bhindi has to come good, right? It's been more than 30 minutes from the time I started cooking. Now if you see, the bhindi is almost cooked. See the amount it is reduced to? So this is what the 2 pound becomes to. For 2 pound, I am using 1 tomato. So if you are using half, you can use half tomato. I cut them into cubes and I am adding it finally. Don't add it while you are cooking in the between. Add it finally. Mix them well. Don't add too ripe tomato. Add little bit raw tomato, so it stays intact. Last but not least, add a tablespoon of yogurt. This helps in binding the bhindi properly with the masalas and the tomatoes. This is just for binding. Don't add too much and make it watery. Add only a tablespoon or less. Once you add the yogurt, stop cooking. Mix it well and cover it with the lid. Let it sit for at least 30 minutes before serving, so that masala get infused with the bhindi. Now it's been 30 minutes. I am going to transfer it to a serving container. This is the bhindi recipe we made. This is a dry sabji which goes really well with the roti. But you can also have it as a side dish with rice and pulao. I hope you enjoyed my okra recipe. Until we meet up in the next recipe, ta-ta, bye-bye.